What ended up bringing you here? What were like the primary motivators that ended you choosing Texas A&M before last season?
Well, there was a lot that went into consideration with me and my family. I had about 15 days to make that decision. Um, and, Coach Fisher was a big part of it, having a great team, great offense, and a great defense as well. I think the playmakers around me made it special, and, the culture at Texas A&M made me want to come here.
What was your relationship like with Coach Fisher, I guess, even before you came, and how has that developed over time?
So back in 8th grade, I actually went to one of his football camps, and that's kind of how I started my relationship with him and being recruited by him when he was at Florida State. And when he came here, that's kind of it transferred over. So
We'll go second row on the right side to Christy.
What's it been like working with Coach Petrino, and what do you like best about his style of coaching?
I love working with Coach Petrino. I think he's done a great job of bringing accountability to all our players in the offense. A lot of people are excited to learn from him and kind of pick his brain. He's done a great job of kind of controlling the offense and kind of figuring out who the players are, how he should coach them differently from each player. And I think it's been a great spring and a great fall camp so far.
We'll go front row on the right side to Cole and then Travis.
Max, it's easy to point out your own strengths, but what are the strengths of Conor Wegman compared to yours?
I think he's done a great job of, understanding the system over the past year. I think he's really athletic. I think he's done a good job of he gets the ball out on time. He understands coverage, and he's done a good job this fall camp.
And then you are in a quarterback competition right now, but what are some things that you can learn from him that you're still picking the brain of the same way you pick a Bobby and a Coach Jimbo?
We learn from each other's successes and mistakes. I think we are able to, understand if, maybe if I did something good and he did something good, we kind of, pick each other's brains and kind of talk off the field and are able to understand the offense more from each other.
We'll stay on that front row to Travis.
Hey, Max, when you learn as a quarterback that there's going to be a change in offensive coordinator, what is that kind of like for you emotionally, mentally, before you know who that guy is coming in?
Well, I've had to go through it pretty much 4 times, so this is my 4th one. But I've been able to, kind of take it one day at a time and kind of focus on, what I've learned in the past and what I've, whoever's coming in, I've kind of researched them and have been able to learn about them. And Coach Petrino's done a good job of teaching us his system and how we're going to go about it.
I know last year Jimbo was right there in with the quarterback drills and everything like that, and Bobby's kind of taking that over. What's the dynamic between the two coaches, and how are you able to learn from both of them?
I think Coach Petrino and Coach Fisher both have a great relationship with each other. But this offseason, we've mainly met with Coach Petrino in all the meetings, and that's pretty much who we've been learning from. He's been in every single meeting. He's been there, talking to us on the side in workouts during the summer, and he's been there teaching us the whole system.
We'll go one more on the front row to Brent and then Tyler.
Your dad has an impressive resume. What did you learn from him as a kid growing up to be a quarterback, and how much do you still lean on him in terms of advice and counsel?
I talk to him all the time. He's done a really good job of, don't get too high and don't get too low. Also just take it one day at a time and, make the players around you to be the best they can be, lead, and, lead by example, then also lead vocally, earn your players' respect. And, I love my dad, and he's done a great job of not just coaching me how to throw the ball, but, how to be a quarterback.
We'll go third row on the left side to Tyler and then Carter.
Max, what's the quarterback competition? Just kind of what's that dynamic been like in practice, and how much has Conor, pushed you and made you better?
I think we both really push each other every single day. We both make great throws. He'll make a great throw one play. I'll make a great throw one play. And I think just bouncing, energy off each other and, leading this team has been, really good for our team. And, being able to have 2 guys that have played some college football has been, big for our team.
And then what's the part of this offense that excites you the most?
I think just giving our playmakers a chance to make plays, whether it's one-on-one, whether it's, we got great running backs to, not just run the ball. They can make plays in the passing game as well. So we have a lot of, great playmakers that we're able to, give chances.
We'll stay on that third row to Carter.
Max, we've seen Jake, your brother, get some first-team reps in practice. What has stood out to you about him this offseason, and what's it been like playing on the same team with him?
He's a stud. He's a grinder. Ever since high school, he's been a grinder. He's battled, some injuries throughout his high school and college career. So I give him all the credit. He's gained about 15 pounds. He's done a really good job blocking. He's also a great route runner, a great pass catcher as well.
You've been in a lot of quarterback competitions. Yep. You've been in some crowded quarterback rooms. What has that taught you about how you need to handle when it goes well, when it goes bad, and how have you taken that with you this offseason?
Honestly, just taking one day at a time, like I've been saying. I just learn from my mistakes, learn from my successes, and I've been able to, have Coach Petrino right there, behind us, behind every play has been good to, just come back and learn from each play. What did you see on this play? What did you see on that play? And I've been able to kind of just learn from everything that all my experiences that I've had in college and take that, from everywhere that I've been to here.
We'll go back behind the lights on the right side to Justin.
Max back here. We hear the word tempo under Bobby, like, oh, it's tempo. As a quarterback, how much overdone is that? And really, when you get into a rhythm, does that help tempo?
100%. I think when you get in rhythm, you got to go tempo, and you get the defense off their feet, and because they're not able to get set, they're not able to, set their coverage the way they want to. They have to play their base coverage. But I would say it is a little overdone, but we have been implementing a lot more tempo this offseason.
And one guy you have to replace, obviously, is Devon A-Chain. What are you seeing from running backs right now?
I mean, we have a bunch of studs back there. They've kind of stepped up, and they've kind of filled those shoes of A-Chain, and they've done a great job of understanding protections, where to hit the runs. They read the O-line. They've done a great job of all their steps, and I'm looking forward to seeing those guys play.
We'll go fourth row on the left side to Sam and then Cease.
Max, when it comes to this offense, how much variety have you seen in terms of personnel packages, formations, and then variations in tempo?
I'd say a lot more. I think we're implementing, our 12 personnel with tight ends. We also have a 3 tight end set. We also have 2 back sets and a lot of motion shifts. I think that's been a big thing, is to keep the defense off their feet.
And then how do you balance executing all those things at a high level when you have a lot on your plate, and how have the installs gone? Coach Petrino mentioned installing in spring, installing in summer, and then installing it in fall. How is that, just grasping all that, how has that gone?
I think that's helped, being able to install 3 or 4 times this offseason, be able to go through the offense from day 1 all the way to day 20, however many days we go. He's done a really good job of, teaching us what the reads are versus what coverage is, and I think that's been a big thing for us.
We'll stay on that fourth row and wrap things up with Cease.
2 things. One thing, how did you handle, or what did you learn from the injury when you got injured last year?
Well, that was very frustrating for me, getting injured in, versus Mississippi State. I broke my thumb, and I was able to just learn throughout the rest of the season, learn what the reads were, the coverages were. I was able to stay in meetings. I was able to meet longer. I was able to, just work on my body, honestly. I've gained about 10 pounds or so, which has been awesome for me, and that's kind of what I've gotten from it.
And what do you think it's going to take to win the starting quarterback job, and why is that going to be you?
I think just consistency in understanding the offense and making great decisions. Knowing when to take that shot, and also when when to check it down. I think being able to lead others in a great way and make others around me better will, and Coach Petrino will make that decision, or Coach Fisher. I'm not sure who will make that decision, but that's what I've been working on.
All right. Thank you, Max.
Awesome. Thank you.